here.
There it is, right there. Two.
Reconciling. What was it? Oh, Methodist, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Poor Methodist. Oh, wait. I like this tree. Drive up to there. Okay. Makes a statement of sorts.
Well, it's too powerful.
Shortly. But for now, sit back, relax, do make yourselves comfortable. If there is anything myself, Laura, and team can do to make your journey any more comfortable. And of course, please do let us know. Thank you.
So I eventually found my way out of the Heathrow Airport and made my way by the tube, the London Underground, to my lodging in London. Not too far from where I would go to find my friends, the brothers Quay. This was?
Yeah, but that's what when we bought it, they said it was a machine to. So I think you put.
That's a nice collection of lenses there.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you like to work with most?
We just got this.
We just got them for this.
Okay.
Finally, it's
After all these years.
the prime lenses rather than using. Well, the other ones were prime, but these are quite really nice. Chinese.
See, this looks like it wants to be a performer.
It does.
It wants to be animated.
Did a lot of tricks, so we did a lot with it. Yeah.
Yeah, one thing I've learned over the years is just, if you can find a way to move anything, it gets interesting.
Yeah.
But especially stuff like this, an old object like that most people wouldn't have a use for. Yes, your deer epic.
Yes, exactly. There's a few dolls there that we've never done anything with.
Oh, yeah. Well, these look like they want to perform something.
Well, eventually, I hope so. Well, these are the ones from the cone.
Yeah, I was wondering about these. I saw these earlier. So what are these from?
The cone?
Oh, the comb. Yeah.
No, not the comb.
Not
Nazca.
Nazca. Yeah.
The Stanisław Lem
right,
story.
Right. Now, these are wonderful. Now, with something like this, do you start from scratch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, once we get the armature. Mm-hmm. I think the Poles made the armatures. That was because it was a half Polish production, so they made this beautiful armature for this insect. We said we wanted a praying mantis.
Oh, right.
And we gave drawings, and then
the dark side of Starovich.
Yeah, no, it's a great story, the massive story.
So this is the music area.
They do indeed have a fascinating atelier, studio, partly living, partly studio. Just a few of their CD collection, which is there because they like to play a lot of music. Even their loo has a collection of their Blu-rays and DVDs and such, as well as some strange artistic things happening where there would be a shower. So it was an enjoyable time talking with them, kind of catching up after about 6 years or more. And so I was disgorged back onto the London streets, and the mixture of bad modern architecture and old London itself. London always gives me mixed emotions. On one hand, it's a very important city, but on the other hand, it just seems more so than Paris to be caught in the pretensions of modernity in such a way that one feels a general sense of, unease wherever one is. And that would do it for my first day. I was very tired and obviously needed to get some rest. The next day, I went out in search of certain things, including bookstores and just roaming around. These were French students. I ended up at the offices of Unherd. Well, not the offices, the cafe they have downstairs. And briefly bumped into Freddie Sayre. I wanted to have a conversation with him, but he was pretty busy. And it was a good day overall. My impression of London has changed a little bit. I have been rating it kind of low on my European cities, but one of the things that helped me raise the bar was that I was going to meet some of the people who take part in the Estuary meetings there, and so I was looking forward to that. Also, spending more time going through the London bookstores was something that, I don't know, I felt my impression of the place changed. Maybe I found a couple of good books, and that's why. We're down near the Parliament area here, which is where the Unherd offices are. There was some sort of protest going on, evidently anti-Brexit, and yet
don't listen to these Christians. They're not trying to save your soul. They're going to put you to death. That's how the church makes its money. Through death. God is the God of the living, not the dead.
that gentleman seemed to be criticizing them for not believing in God, but being Christians. Maybe he was Muslim, I don't know. I ended up walking through, I believe it was James Park. On the way back, stopped there and rested. At this point, I was getting really, really exhausted. Just from all of my work in Alaska and just traveling around and the lack of sleep. And this I would eventually feel. I am recording these words well after the events that were to come in Brussels. Actually, at this point, I met a German woman. We had an interesting conversation. I think sitting in a London park is a great way to experience the better side of London. It's a good place to relax, a good place just to let things slow down, because London is a very fast city. Both in Paris and London, one of the things I noticed was how fast people were moving, which is in marked distinction to Tbilisi, Georgia, where people don't seem to be in such a hurry to get somewhere. So my next job would be to find my way to the place where we would eventually meet up with the Estuary group. Not at the Pied Bull Yard, but I like that bull. I thought that was an interesting use of a modern structure, putting vines all over it to help disguise the modernity of it, unlike this political symbol, shall we say, on the for a sidewalk. So does anyone not want to be in this? Speak now or forever hold your peace. Okay. Supercut. Okay. We got Tayo, Toma, John, Andrew, Bertie, yes, Liat, and Stepan. And am I in it? And Burn. And we have had a very interesting evening's discussion about how unreal everything has become since we adopted this thing.
Oh, the hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
So I think ending this mostly on the tube is a good way to conclude this episode with a few random thoughts. As I said, I appreciated London more this time than usual. I often visit the Quay brothers when I come here. I'll have a dim sum in Chinatown near Leicester Square. I will, after the second day, do things like that. Brussels. I didn't go to any museums this time, but get up early in the morning the next day and go to Brussels after 3 days in London. Spend enjoyably. And thanks in good part to meeting the people. I really enjoyed at the Estuary meeting, having a good dialogue there. And I find London meeting up with some really good people who show and this is something I would in the comment sections of my channels or who helps as well fundraiser. A sense of, and it was just nice to put some to the place. Human flesh. To the maybe it's digital the fact that I was moving my library words that I find on my channel. Saying, I'm feeling homesick or wanting to add to my puppet and theater library that I was sending back. But there's a certain sense of, I don't know, everybody's just staring at their screens. They don't even notice you taking images of them. They're so lost in their devices, which I find a fascinating thing.
This station is Mornington Crescent.
But at this point, I was hoping that the rest of the trip would be like this. But little did I know that somewhere lurking in London, maybe on this London Underground, maybe at the Airbnb I stayed in, maybe just randomly, there was a virus lurking, waiting for me.
British Transport Police on 61016, and we'll get it sorted. That's 61016. See it, say it, sorted.
And it would expose itself after the second day in Brussels. So we will get up early in the morning the next day and go to Brussels after 3 days in London. Spend enjoyably. And thanks in good part to meeting the people at the Estuary meeting, having a good dialogue there, and meeting up with some people who show up in the comment sections of my channels or who helped with my fundraiser. And it was just nice to put some human flesh to the digital imagery and words that I find on my channel. So, we will see you in Brussels.